Today on the topic show, Bud Light censorship is ramping up. Vivek Ramaswamy goes viral in a response video to his critics. A 12-year-old honor roll student who wears the Gadsden flag and is kicked out of school. Bud Light college tweet gets only one group to like it. Vivek Ramaswamy goes viral on how to fix crime. Nikki Haley is ratioed on her war tweet. Biden is proposing the highest raise for feds since the Carter administration. Mitch McConnell is medically cleared to work again. The United Auto Workers has filed an unfair labor practices with the National Relationship Board against General Motors and Chrysler. Volkswagen is killing the stick shift for the manual transmission GTI. The Dow Jones stock crashes 14%. Lululemon outlook is going up thanks to a 61% increase in sales in China. IHOP idea to try to combat sales slump is biscuits. And Trader Joe's has yet another recall for a food product. All of that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder released twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner and need a little assistance, you can reach the team over at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so you can click that button and greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Volkswagen killing the stick shift for the GTI. It's almost as if the wind was removed from my sails and I died a little inside. So this will be after 2024. Enthusiasts will no longer be able to get the vehicle with the transmission that is made and destined to have. This has been an icon. The GTI came out in 1976, and enthusiasts have been loving it ever since. With a stick shift, a 6-speed, a manual transmission. Now it looks like the current GTI's 6-speed manual transmission will be replaced by a 7. Well, I barely say it. The mouth. It's almost as if there's a bad expired food in my mouth trying to say this. It's going to have a 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. Hooray! No enthusiast wants that. I can't think of a vehicle that is more destined to have a stick shift than the Volkswagen GTI. It's their fun hot hatch. I mean, it rivaled the Ford Focus ST back when the Ford Focus was still around. And now they're giving away so all the people who would have bought it because they want the manual transmission, they appreciate that rare connection between man and machine. I know for the 1,000th time, it's not as fast. Technology has replaced that since I believe the 80s when Porsche came out with the automatic transmission that was faster than the stick shift, but it is so much more fun going to the corner to downshift into the third gear. And if you've never driven third pedals, I highly recommend going out driving a stick shift. You'll never want to go back. It is so much fun. Now, after they cease production of this manual transmission GTI, if an enthusiast wants a fun little car with a stick shift, they're down to basically 3 options. You're going to have the Honda Civic Type R, which is actually exclusively a stick shift, which I do appreciate. You also have the Honda Civic Si, which is also a great stick shift vehicle as well. You also have the Toyota GR Corolla and the Hyundai's Elantra N. Those all come with a stick shift, as every enthusiast wants. And unfortunately, it isn't just because the company wants to acquiesce and make boring vehicles. It's because of the government. Now, several articles have noted that the increased environmental concerns over in Europe and the increasing regulations around emissions. So, no one's complaining about China or India producing more of the pollution than you could possibly fathom, and the greatest percentage as well. But we need to kneecap the automotive experience for people in the US and Europe. Pathetic, ridiculous, and sad to see such a pinnacle of the automotive community. Something that enthusiasts have loved for literally half a century, now dying. Though, perhaps, there's a small sliver of hope. If the government could put a gun to the automotive company's head and force them to make EVs, with a de facto ban by increasing the emission standards, what's stopping a new political leader from, what if they just say, you know what, we're going to have a new, in the US we have a couple mechanisms in the United States when it comes to political actions. You have executive action, And you just say, hey, you know what? Every automotive company, you're going to make a V8, a V10 with a stick shift only. I wonder if people would actually get off their keisters and get politically motivated to tell the government, hey, we want the free market to prevail. We want the automotive community to make what the people want, not what you want. While at the same time, of course, governments use, the largest gas-burning SUVs on the planet. Remember, rules for thee, but not for me, unfortunately. So I do hope some things change in Europe, and somehow the enthusiast community can maybe write some letters to the executives of Volkswagen, let them know demand is still there. People still want these vehicles. And hopefully, maybe we could somehow save an automotive icon from dying. I can only hope, but I always say, I say, shall tell. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in again. Again, we're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of September. Actually, 4,000 if we really swing it. So I really appreciate you clicking that button. Also, taking the time to like and comment helps me out. Appreciate the feedback and insight you have with these topics. Love to hear about your experiences. Also, and lastly, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.